Missions are simulations. Nothing in Metal Gear transcends anything in Metal Gear, like at all. It's missions, it's VR missions. Snake is not the player. All right, even if he's like, the player is me. I'm controlling Snake or Raiden or whoever at the time. That's it. Again, no one is ever going to accept this logic because it can't be accepted. It's taking fourth wall breaks, a style of interpretation, hyperbole, a, hoping that no one understands the context behind certain statements, and assumptions more than anything, and trying to desperately scale Snake to this high level. And again, if you asked anyone to accept this scaling, they're going to say no because everyone is going to agree with me on this. Everyone will. It doesn't matter who you ask. I don't care if you ask Guyverse because he's probably the only one who's going to agree with you on this stuff. This is not good scaling. I'm sorry to say it. That's just my final thoughts on it. I can't accept any of this, and I'll never believe any of this. At most, I would argue that Metal Gear is island level, and then that's the extent of where I'm going with that. I mean, I'm not running off speculation. I'm definitely not ignoring the fact that it's stated multiple times. I'm justifying why. Actually, what are you saying is stated multiple times? That simulations or what? What are you saying is stated multiple times? That Snake is the player? No, he's not the player. The player is controlling Snake. The player is controlling Raiden. That's just the functionality of basic gaming. That's all that is. I'm not running off speculation. I'm telling you the way in which things are. You're the one assuming that by existing outside of a simulation and that being able to affect that simulation by dying and doing all these things, you are somehow inherently, while also being the player, transcendent level or out of level or whatever. That is what I'm not assuming anything. I'm not speculating anything. This is me explaining to you the way in which the universe exists, basically, to be fundamental. Um, but yeah, there's not, and it. I don't know what you really want from me here. I just can't accept fourth wall breaks. So a fictional character being called the player while being controlled by the player, which is why they're being called the player, as evidence. These are not things that I can accept. I can't accept VR simulations that aren't real. A VR simulation has no true dimensionality to it at all in the slightest. I can't accept that as being proof for transcendence or existing above the real world or anything like that in the slightest. No one would accept any of this. It's just not good. I don't get why you're being all pissy about it. This is just true. No one would agree to this. I can't agree to this because I just explained why in this very voice message I'm sending you right now. No, I'm just using logical reasoning. You really need to try that yourself. VR missions and virtual reality, you didn't prove that virtual reality or training missions transcend or are transcended by the real world of Metal Gear. You didn't prove that at all. You didn't. You didn't prove that. We see Snake exit a training program while he was in there physically. It's a training program. There's nothing metaphysical about it at all. It's training. If I go into that it's the same as me going into a game of laser tag. What is wrong with you, man? I'm so stressed because I had like uh, Wyndon who says that Gojo is outer. I had the exact same problem with him yesterday. He had his own gripes or whatever about that video. mainly because he doesn't like the idea of Genshin scaling above JJK, and I had to go through his nonsense all day. I was hoping I wouldn't have to have a repeat of the same problem the very next day. Or not even the very next day because that happened at 4 in the morning. But apparently I do. But yeah, there's no proof of anything you've said. You're taking hyperbole, a lack of context, assumptions. You're assuming that, and a lot of this is just illogical. A lot of this is just very illogical. Uh, what? What are you saying in this newest message? I respectfully have to call you out for ignoring this. I'm not ignoring everything. I've looked over everything you've sent and I've given you about my opinion. Don't quit saying I'm ignoring things. I'm not ignoring things. I told you why I don't agree with each individual thing. That's not ignoring. That's me explaining something to you. I'm not ignoring. I'm telling you why this is the way that it is. That's all it is. All right. And you just said, okay, you could care less if you. Okay, hold on a second. Right. You say you could care less what I think, but at the same time, you said earlier that you were going to stop the discussion. You kept it going, by the way. Um, so I do, in fact, think you care what I believe, I guess. That's why this is still going. That's why you're still talking to me. All right. Um, I don't think it really matters. Just keep doing what you're doing. Why are you pursuing the idea of, why are you pursuing? Like, why do you care so much? You chose to add me and DM me, thinking I would agree to your logic or something, or think I would hear you out. I didn't, and now you're still trying to do that. All right, and your private server with your professional scalers, as you call them, good for you. I don't care. I don't scale Metal Gear above anything that's three dimensional, and I don't even main Metal Gear that much. Um, but yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Uh, but yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Uh, Simulation stuff is true. Uh, okay. Oh my God, I don't care. I really don't care. The simulation we see in the panel you sent. By the way, you said that was right. You also you said that was right. And by the way, that's Snake. We can see it in the picture. He's walking out of there. It doesn't matter. And again, oh my God, oh my God, this is so stupid. Yeah, just continue to use your scaling. I'm not telling you you can't use this. No one's saying you can't use this. I'm not telling you you can't use this. Go ahead. Also, stop just listening to 30 seconds of my message. You're probably not even going to hear this last part. So what?
Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
Your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
I can't do much, Nate.
Oh my God, dude! It's not as if all of Metal Gear Solid 2 is a simulation. It's not. We know that all of it isn't. And for the second video you sent, the one I've addressed 3 times now, a whole 3 times that I haven't ignored once. It's in a simulation, so why does it matter? It's in a simulation, and it's also partially a fourth wall break, something that apparently Hideo doesn't like to do all the time. Apparently, something that he hasn't done, and you realize he's made other games, right? Like he's made Death Stranding. I played both of them. Just me and my opening 20 minutes of Death Stranding 2, I counted 16 fourth wall breaks. 16. All right. This man loves his fourth wall breaks. It's also that, again, simulations are real. I'm so sick of this topic. All right. And I'm so sick of you like saying that I'm ignoring things. I'm not ignoring things. This is me explaining things to you. Not all of Metal Gear Solid 2 was a simulation. What you just said, the second clip is inside of a simulation. That's a simulation. Not all of it's a simulation, but a lot of it is. Simulations and reality cannot transcend each other. They can't, especially when there's nothing that proves that they do. I, I don't know why you're like pressing this. You clearly care what I think. Quit saying, by the way, that you don't care what I think when you're actively trying to convert me with this and saying I'm ignoring things. You clearly care. Just I don't know. I don't know what to do though, because I'm not going to agree with this when I'm not. I'm not ignoring anything. I'm disagreeing with you. That's it. That's the extent of the way in which things are. I never said. Oh my god, I'm so fucking sick of this. I never said he wasn't in a simulation. I'm not. Did you at any point listen to a message I sent? Where did I say that he's not in a simulation? Where did I say that? Where did I say this? Where did I say this? Quit accusing me of ignoring things. Where did I say he's not in a simulation? Where did I say that? All right, if you say you're done, then I guess I just won't address those 4 points then. Um, but yeah, and I wouldn't accuse you of ducking. I don't know why I would do that. Um, Seems kind of weird, but yeah, um, it's whatever for me. Uh, you contended, I guess. I just don't agree, and I can't agree. But have a good summer as well, I guess.